Hey guys, welcome to the first video of T.A.G Gaming. We are super excited today to start our GM mode. There was a lot of teams that we could pick, a lot of teams that really needed a rebuild this year, the Broncos, the Browns, the Colts, the Patriots, really. But we decided to go with the Panthers. That was going to be our team to start with, rebuild, really get in there and change some things in that culture. They're doing a lot of things with Teddy Bridgewater and stuff like that. We may go in a different direction just because I have some ideas on how I want to start this thing. But I'm really excited to get this thing going with the Panthers. They have a lot of young, good defensive players to really build around and a lot of draft picks for the future to make some deals. Alright, so right here, we went ahead and signed Earl Thomas. He was the only free agent we brought in. And the reason being, I didn't want to go into the free agent pool and just load up on the people that are there. I wanted to bring in one good veteran player and either use him as trade bait for the future or try to use him to, add a little veteran presence to our team. So that's what we did. We brought him in. So then we went into our trades. We had Teddy Bridgewater here. I went ahead and moved him for Jake Fromm. May seem like a crazy decision being Jake Fromm is not that good, but I really wanted to try to build on a rookie. And if it doesn't work, we'll just trade for a quarterback later on. Here we traded Mike Davis for a 4th round pick, just capitalizing on that time that he was out with Christian McCaffrey out. Then we traded Robbie Anderson for just a young linebacker from the Patriots that we think could really, just building on that young team. Here we traded for Isaiah Simmons. I can't speak enough about how good he was at Clemson. I'm super excited. It may seem like a lot to give up for one player, but the Cardinals were holding on to him, obviously. But then we decided to dump some cap on that as well. And then we trade for a young cornerback with Earl Thomas here. So Earl Thomas didn't even make the first game on our team. We just wanted to get something for him. Isaiah Simmons. Can't say enough about this kid. He is going to be a star in the NFL. So I wanted to bring him in. But I want to move him to middle linebacker. He has the speed. He's a little undersized, but I truly believe that he has the ability and the speed to make up for that and be a strong middle linebacker. Plus, on a team that really needs a middle linebacker, with Whitehead being the only other option. All right, so we had our first game here. This is preseason week 1 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I went ahead and played the whole game. Really wanted to see how my team was doing on offense and on defense because we know that we have a good core to build around, but we just want to make sure that it's a team that we can build to the future. And if there's any pieces that we have that we might want to say, hey, this isn't going to work out, this isn't who we think it is, we can bring in somebody else to replace that. One of the things I did was by trading Robbie Anderson, I knew that I would have to bring in another wide receiver later on. And that's something you might see in the next video. I'm going to try to put some feelers out and see if we can bring in a third young receiver to complement DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel. All right, the first play is a run to the left side here. Great run defense there. Getting out there. We have a lot of young talent there. I'm really excited for Jeremy Chin. I think he's going to be great. Second play of the game here after that run was stuffed. They go back to pass. And another guy that I really want to spotlight as he makes the quarterback pressure here is Brian Burns. I really just feel like he's going to be a big part of our defense, and a big part of that defensive line for years and years to come. Him lining up with Brown there in the middle. Again, just gets pressure, causes the throw to come out a little early to the running back. And you see we force a 3 and out to start the game. That's what you want on defense. Your first string defense comes in, gets a 3 and out against this Jacksonville team. And then I see back there Christian McCaffrey's returning punts. I am not a fan of that. Not a fan at all of Christian McCaffrey returning my punts. That will be changed. I don't want to risk him getting injured as he runs the ball up the middle there, does a great job. You're going to see a healthy dose of Christian McCaffrey in this game when we got the starters in there, just because I want to see what I've got with him. I'm relatively new to Madden 21. I've played it a little bit, but I haven't got into it fully, and I'm late to the game on that. But I want to see what Christian McCaffrey can do and what his specialty is. I know it's, obviously in real life it's catching the ball and running the ball, but I want to see, how I can use him in my style of offense, which is interesting to see. So as you see here, we've ran a few plays, but we haven't really thrown the ball from any. There's a good pass to McCaffrey on the outside. That was just to get him in rhythm. Gain of looks like 4 yards. So I mean, that was just to get him going, and then another run by McCaffrey that gets stuffed there. So we got a little bit of a long third down here, about 3rd and 5. We're going with the screen pass to Christian McCaffrey from the backfield. He gets around one defender, spins, and reaches for that first down. That was a really great play by him. Again, like I said, just with Christian McCaffrey, you've just got a lot of talent. You're going to see a lot of runs for Christian McCaffrey. Our goal is to, obviously we want to get Jake Fromm to be the Rookie of the Year. That's what we want. If not, we move on from him. But with the rest of our team, you're looking at a young team that has a chance to build on something. And Christian McCaffrey's done it a lot, as Jake makes a great pass to DJ Moore over the middle, gaining several yards there. We want to make sure that Fromm's comfortable in the pocket. Offensive line is a little weak right now. We traded away a lot of key pieces on that offensive line. Another great pass to Curtis Samuel that goes for a few, gets them down around the 14-yard line. We traded away a lot of our offensive line to build around our defense. And so our defense has to step up and help our offensive line out, which it did by getting that 3 and out as Christian runs in for a touchdown, his first one of this preseason. I am super excited to play with him. I think he's going to be great, but I'm just so happy that we got him as our running back. As you see there, the extra point was blocked. They did not get to return it, though, so we kick off here to them. We're still in the first quarter here, as Jacksonville has the ball on the 25 to start their drive. Like I said, they've been giving us a healthy dose of a run game that's really been, working a little bit. But with that first drive, we did stop them to a 3 and out. So they haven't been really able to move. As you see, they just get 2 there. Really happy with our run defense so far. Here again, Brian Burns is just, he's made a great play on a lot of them as he pushes through to try to rush that throw. And he can't get it to the tight end there across the middle. Looking at this, still 6-0 here. Carolina's played good on defense. We're really excited as he gets the stop there. That's going to put him at 4th and 2 again to force another 3 and out. So back-to-back 3 and outs with the starting defense. That's a great way to start the game and start the season. I mean, against Jacksonville, who, say what you want about Jacksonville, but they're not no pushovers. There's a punt return by Christian McCaffrey, didn't get much yardage. Now we hand off to him in the backfield, gets a few there. I'm still learning his skill level, or his specialty. I don't think Christian McCaffrey's a run between the tackles kind of runner. I think he wants the ball in space and wants the ball outside. As another great pass. That there was Will Greer, actually, as the second stringers come in to start the second quarter. We didn't get to see a lot of Jake Fromm there, just a little bit in the first quarter, but what we did see was pretty good. Here we see a bonehead play by Will Greer. On those RPOs, you cannot hold the ball for that long. You have to throw it quickly because those offensive linemen are going to get up the field quick to try to get those blocks if it's a run play. So not too impressed with that from Will Greer. And there's going to be some other things in this game that just make me wonder, like this throw here, if Will Greer is our backup and a guy that we could use if Fromm gets hurt. Again, an awful pick 6 there to tie the ball game, and then with the extra point, take the lead. That's just not something we're looking to do right now, and this team is built around a young quarterback that just doesn't have a lot of potential. As we see him bring the kick out, I think he gets it to the 25, so it almost like if he would have taken a knee there. But looking at our second string, there is a guy on our second string squad that I'm really, really excited to see, and it's this guy right here, Cannon. I think he's just a guy that was on the Carolina Panthers team that, helped back up McCaffrey, and I really like his burst, his speed. Now, his vision needs a little work, and his ball security needs a little work. Saw a couple fumbles in practice that I wasn't too happy with, but that's the thing with these young running back and receivers is it's going to take some time to develop that kind of stuff, that ball skills and all that stuff, so we can really build around a good offense. Will Grier comes out here ready to pass, throws over the middle, and that's another thing that I've looked at is my tight end situation. You know, Ian Thomas is the second string tight end on this team. I really like him. I think he's a good player. He's got a lot of potential and everything. It's just with him, he's not got the speed and ability that I'm really looking for at tight end. So we might have to make a move a little bit later on in the season to bring somebody in. They bring Christian McCaffrey back in, but there's a throw to the outside. You know, that's a couple good throws from Will Grier after that terrible interception, that pick six that allowed Jacksonville to take the lead. This is a good opportunity for him to come back down here, drive down to a touchdown, and, you know, take the lead again. As you see, he threw it behind the receiver there. Didn't really give the receiver a chance on that play. We got another run by Cannon here. This is a good run. Oh, he fumbled. See, that's the thing that worries me about Cannon. Like, I want to keep him in. I want to keep him playing behind McCaffrey as the number 2. But, I mean, if you're going to fumble like that, it's going to cost your team in the long run. You can't be fumbling on those plays. A run by Will Grier. Great run. Gets him down to the 4. And what's the next play here? He's going to try to pass. You know, this is the play right here that really concerns me about Will Grier. I mean, just running away, throwing off his back foot, and they gain nothing from it. I mean, throw that ball away or tuck it and run, but don't run backwards and lose yardage. Again, just taking off. Oh, and he fumbled. Luckily, again, the Panthers pick it up, but that's 2 fumbles right there, and they have to settle for, you know, 3 points. They did not gain any yards once they got down into the red zone besides that run by Will Grier, and that's an issue. That's a problem. Now, you know, this is the second team offense, so you're not seeing Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, and hopefully a third receiver that can really help us grow with a throw over the middle there and bad tackle there by the linebacker. We're seeing Jacksonville really try to sling this ball around the field with their backup, Jake Luton. He's a rookie as well. He was very impressive in this game, more impressive than, you know, Will Grier actually. So seeing him play in this game was interesting. You know, maybe an idea of a person that we can look to in the future if something happens with Fromm, because Fromm is, you know, he played decently, but we saw him in limited snaps tonight, and we don't really know what we have in Fromm. There's a throw over to the middle to the running back, gets a first down. You know, Jacksonville's coming from behind. It's 7-9 right now, and the defense is kind of holding up, but you can see that second string is starting to give up a little bit of yardage here, there, chunk yardage, and it's starting to become an issue as they get down into the red zone here. We get a good hit on the quarterback, making him throw the ball out the back of the end zone. See, that's a good decision from the quarterback, though, to sling that where nobody could get it, and keeping your offense, you know, on the field, not throwing an interception that cost you. Another throw there, and they call timeout. That was their last timeout. We got 8 seconds on the board here. As he looks to throw, got a guy in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. And so they take the lead right before half. That's one thing that you can't do as a second string defense. You know, just coming in there, you're holding all you needed to do was hold the lead to give your team a chance, because you get the ball back at halftime, you know, to try to add on to that lead, and you let them drive down the field and score. That's not a good way to start the year. And we really haven't seen any good drive put together from that second team offense. You know, once the first team offense went out, it kind of fizzled out and really didn't give us much of a chance to see anything. As we get the second run here, or return here to start the drive, Grier is still in there. We see Cannon run over the middle. I like I said, I like his burst. I like his ability. I think that he's going to be a great player for this team as a backup. But the fumbling issue could be a concern. We've already seen one fumble tonight, and like I said, there was more in practice. But Greer is just, there's something about him, his demeanor, something like that just doesn't look right tonight. I mean, he just doesn't look like himself as he throws a bad pass over the middle to Thomas, and here we go with a punt. See, that's what you couldn't do. Coming out of halftime, you've got to score points coming out of half. Whenever you give up points right before the half, your offense has to kind of pick up your defense there as we get a little bit of a return on that punt. They start their drive with no running back in the backfield, all receivers set, so they're going to be throwing, find a tight end on the outside. It's a decent little gain there just to get him a couple of yards, maybe get Lutton under control a little bit, make sure he's feeling good. A toss play here. He's got a good gap. Oh, man, he could take it. Oh, that juke cut him back inside. If he would have stayed on the outside, he probably had a chance to take that. But he cut back in a little bit too sharp. You see Carolina setting up the blitz here. They haven't gotten any pressure. Oh, and he just runs right by the blitz. That's the scary part about a blitz. If that running back gets by that blitz, it could almost be house call. That's a scary part of it. They just haven't gotten any pressure on defense, and that's probably because it's my second string guys coming in. So as we see a run here, it looks like he's gonna. Yeah, it looks like oh man, Jacksonville puts up another touchdown on the ground here. A big run by their backup running back. That's gonna make it 21-9 as we kick off to the Panthers here. Just can't seem to get nothing together on offense. This third quarter is kind of going by kind of quick, it feels like, and Carolina just can't get nothing done. There's a lot of running. I don't know if this is just their game plan because they don't trust Will Greer, or if it's, I know that we have said that we want to try to get our young quarterbacks involved, but I think sometimes you have to let them throw and make the mistakes, as you threw a bad pass there, but maybe we're just trying to keep them under control just to get through this game, because obviously it's preseason. You don't want anybody to get hurt. Makes a good throw there to the open receiver. Will Greer does. Maybe it's just, get through this game, get on to the next one, get through the preseason, no injuries, and just hope that we can, pile it on the next one, just have a good game against the next team. Next up, we have the Patriots, and I think that's in Foxborough, but looks like they're going to run here behind Cannon. He makes a cut. See, he had a hole over there on the left-hand side, or he could have bounced it outside, and he chose to cut it back. Not my favorite decision there. I think that's what's going to really scare me about him as we see another good throw to Thomas. Again, Thomas has got some ability. I really enjoy watching him play. It's just I don't know if he has enough to compete for a starting tight end job on this team in the NFL. We need a playmaker. And with this offense being so young and needing to score points, that's what we've got to have, is just a playmaker, somebody that can help us score. And obviously, right now, that's not what we're seeing out of him. All right, so we got 3rd and 1 here. They do this little screen pass, gets it out there to him quick. The receiver gets a first down, a little bit more, takes it to about the 16, 17-yard line. Screen passes are going to be helpful for this team. You want to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly. So that's what we were trying to do here, trying to set up a little bit of rhythm, get us down into the goal area and try to get a touchdown. I mean, inside the red zone, we can't have turnovers. We can't have bad plays, negative plays, as they bring in Christian McCaffrey, probably because they know they need to score. See here, we got a little pass play coming. Will Greer's got to learn to protect the football. That's one thing that I'm seeing from him that's right there. I mean, just a really scary throw to in between the defender. Then the next play he comes back and throws one, and it brings him back 2 yards. So if you're going to go in negative yardage, if you're going to get negative yardage on a play, it's not going to work. There you see a little pressure. 4th and goal here, and they can't convert, so that's a turnover on downs on the 3. That just won't work. Even for a backup quarterback, you've got to move forward rather than backwards. It just doesn't work if you don't, especially when you see Lutton come out on the other side of the ball and he's slinging it all over the field and scoring touchdowns and everything else. I have a feeling Jacksonville's going to try to eat some of that clock off since it's in the fourth quarter. They're maintaining that lead. Again, no pressure with that defensive line. They're just, luckily he got caught up on his offensive lineman, or else, I mean, I think that's another touchdown if he doesn't there. I mean, you're looking at this team and you're seeing a lot of negative plays on defense when that second string comes in. We get a little penetration there, but nothing that can really get to any rush on the running back to keep him in the backfield, as he's able to get another first down, and they just tick away at that clock, and it keeps Carolina from having a chance to come back in this game. He motioned the running back out, backfield, tries to throw over the middle to the tight end, but just nothing there. It wouldn't have been much of a gain if he would have called it, but it wasn't a good throw. Again, he's back, throws it to running back on a little screen. They snuffed that out pretty good. You could tell they saw it coming, read it really well, and was able to get it to the 3rd and 13. Rush up the middle, hurries him. He can't make the pass. That was a good play on the defense there to get a little pressure. Punt here to the return man. He doesn't get much of a return there. I think I've decided that Curtis Samuel has won the job as the punt returner this game. He hasn't had any in this game, but seeing him in real life, I know he's a good punt returner, and that's what I want to do. Bad pass by Will Grier there over the middle. He had an open receiver, and he couldn't hit him. You know, this is the time where he needs to drive down the field, score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, and give them a chance to win it. As Ian Thomas breaks another tackle and drives down the field, that was impressive. You know, every time I say something negative about the kid, he does something good. So it might be a thing where we bring him in. Bad throw there by Will Grier. You can't force it into triple coverage just to make a play. Here he is again. We got to see a healthy dose of his throwing ability because we need to know what he can do. There's a deep pass to Cannon. Good throw. Oh, if he wouldn't have stepped out, he had a chance to take that one all the way. But that was a great play. 33-yard reception for Cannon. Again, just a great player. The fumbling issue is going to be a problem if he can't keep the ball. It's another throw over to the middle to Thomas. So that'll get him in the goal-to-go situation to the 7-yard line. And, you know, this is where Grier has to work on his ability if he wants to be a backup quarterback, because you've got to make the throws in the red zone. You can't have costly interceptions like that, and that's gonna seal it for them. I know he's able to get the guy out of bounds, but when there's 2 minutes to go and you've got a chance to come back in a game, you can't throw a costly interception in the red zone. That'll get you out of the NFL quicker than anything. And now, I mean, Jacksonville just has to run the clock. Good cutback by the running back there for Jacksonville. I'm really excited to see what Carolina's offense can do with Fromm to start the season. Hopefully, we won't have to go out and get another quarterback. Hopefully, he's our guy and we're able to use him and he's able to do well. But, you know, we just got to win. That's one thing that we were told by the owner this year is wins have to come. We have to have some wins this year and at least make a push for a playoff spot. As Carolina tries to stop the clock to get the ball back, we wanted to see if our defense could get a stop here to give us a chance to come back. They fake the handoff, give it to the running back, and he gets a good run. And that'll pretty much seal it there. I mean, they can kind of take a knee and wind the clock down and end the game. But we really wanted to see if we could come back and really bust this team out. But we just couldn't. And that's the sad thing. But this whole situation has showed us that Will Grier may not be the backup that we need. Okay, guys, I think that's going to do it for the first episode today. As you see, the score didn't pan out the way we wanted it to. That's okay. We've got a lot of room for improvement. We've got a lot of things that we can work on, make some decisions as a GM to make this team better. So that's what the next couple episodes are going to be. We'll get the preseason out of the way and we'll get rolling on the regular season. But that's going to do it for the first episode. I want to thank everybody for watching the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and thanks again for watching.